Well, hello and welcome back to the farm. On my way down for a kind of a midday baby check on this long New Year's weekend. My wife was down earlier and wasn't much going on. Young ones out there enjoying their hay, which they're going to have another bale probably this evening. Let's see if we need to push up a little bit of hay in here. Baby check. See what's going on. Still not much going on as far as newbies. Nope. Same. Well, alright. So that just means that we get to get started on our other project. Just thinking that this girl right here is getting pretty close. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's looking a lot better. Most of that stuff moved out. Sort of cleaning up just a little bit, making a few measurements on the wall. That thing was the, had things all there. Our tilt table that we use for the sheep. Yeah, so I'm going to get the tractor and move it to its temporary resting place while we get all this stuff done.
All right, so when we talk about processing the babies, this is what we're talking about. We just simply write down the tag number of the mama, the identification number, and then we write down the tag number that we're tagging her baby with so we can always match the two up. So the baby will get an ear tag. And because this is a ram lamb, that's all they'll have is the ear tag.
Other side. There it is.
Then mama and baby gets moved over to the meat and greet section.
Just a minute.
Okay, so this one's a girl. So this one will get an earring.
Just a minute, Mama.
It's
You
okay,
have her
Mama.
Turn around.
And a tail docking. Earring.
Put her in. There you go.
All right. So now they're off to the meet and greet. Cool. Yeah. All right, mamas. All right, mamas. Here you go. That was a bit much for them. I got overstocked. Alright. Well, everybody's fed, reasonably happy. As I said, reasonably. Push some more hay up. Hopefully by feeding time tomorrow night, mamas with babies will be over there. It could happen. So, I'm going to go get the cows fed and their water tanks filled and calling it a night, a little earlier than usual. Doesn't look like any of the mamas are pending delivery right now. I may run back down and just take another look before bedtime. But if not, we'll see you next time here on the farm. Well, Happy New Year again. This is actually New Year's Day. Teresa did our morning baby check, and I'm heading down to do the midday baby check, and then we'll get up here and get our black-eyed peas, hog jowl, cornbread, and all that. We'll be getting that mess on in just a little bit. Don't that sound good? It does. Anyway, so let's go get our midday baby check. Well, doesn't appear to be anything new. Goodness. So, that being said, we'll make our next check in just a little bit, about 3 or 4 hours. Nobody's really showing any signs or symptoms. Alrighty. Well, the girls in here on the hay table have got enough for tonight, but we're definitely going to have to get a bale for the lambs on the outside. So we'll kind of take you through that process, because it's a interesting process to say the least itself. So basically, when we have to get a bale for the lambs, what happens is I'll go get a bale, get it kind of staged where it needs to be, and then I'll go feed them while Teresa feeds in here. And then once I have them fed, then I'll run around real quick, jump on the tractor while they're occupied with feed, and I'll run around and put the bale literally over the fence onto their rack while they're occupied. And hopefully their occupation lasts long enough. Usually it does, but not always. So I'm going to go get the bale that I'm going to move around here closer for the lambs. And I'll spare you the beeping of the regen. I need to do a regen on the tractor, and it'll beep like that until I do. But we'll play some music or something over so you don't have to listen to that. So I'm going to go get that bale, move it over there closer, and then we'll be ready to feed. diesel can so I can get some diesel and stop that thing beat. Now, we say good night. Couldn't really see everything on video, but I'll just say that in the hay table incident, nobody was injured. I had kind of warned everyone that as heavy as that bale was, and it was already tipping a little bit because that was the best I could get it on the forks, that if it started making any move, just to get out of the way, and everybody did. So everybody was watching and paying attention. So we got the hay moved back up here, about half the bale back on the table after a while. So waiting to get the water tanks full for the cows. I'm gonna go pick them up a bale out of the pasture and then go get them taken care of. So do you want to come with me to hay the cows and feed them? Okay. Well, if you want to, I'll take you with me. I'll abridge the journey a little bit. gonna do it for tonight. I've got the ram's feed with me there for in the morning. So while the truck is defrosting in the morning, I'll run over there and feed them real quick. I've got them a pretty high protein feed mix since they're only getting fed every 2 to 3 days. They're on pasture, they have grass, believe it or not. Of course, we've not had real winter yet either, so there are still some fresh grasses out there. But we're going to get them moved around pretty soon. But I'll try to take you with me when I go feed them in the morning, just so you can get a look at them. So for tonight, it's about 8 minutes before 10, and it's been a long day. Day started at 6 this morning and ended now. Well, this part anyway. I'll be on the editor for another hour or so. Good night, everybody. Well, everybody right now seems to be pretty content. Teresa and them made a baby check earlier. I'm just coming down to get feed buckets ready, get started on that process. Everybody's just kind of settled in. It's another cold night. So I had to bring a little extra helping hand with the feed for tonight, because we've got, we're getting near the end of our bolt feed. So I had to bring a longer handled hoe to scrape up as much as I can till we get another bag tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to have to stop and do a little math and figure out feed ration for tonight, because normally we use 2 buckets of the bolt feed in our regular daily ration. I've only got 1 bucket. So unfortunately, they get used to a certain texture of feed, and if they get another feed that has a rougher texture or finer texture, literally they can get choked on it. So it's always a concern whenever you change their feed ration. So I'm going to have to do a little math, try to figure out the best way to get both the bulk feed and the protein that we normally get from that, without including too much of the other commodity blend feed that has a lot of fine stuff in it. So it's going to be kind of a close calculation. So I'm going to go get started with that. Well, after a few salvageable test mixes, that's a mouthful, test mixes, this is what I came up with. It has a little more corn in it than I like, but it does keep the texture of what they're used to a whole lot closer. Because like I said, it's not so much about changing the fat and protein of the feed, which you have to be careful about that too, but changing the texture. Major changes in texture can be a problem for them too. So I think I've got something that'll work. We'll just have to watch the first couple of batches that we feed and see how it goes with them. And I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to go do some other things. We're going to feed in just a little bit. As soon as my wife and granddaughter get back from church, we'll go ahead and get everybody fed. I'm just getting everything ready to speed up the process. Probably going to go ahead and get the cows fed, so that process is done and out of the way. And then we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and get the cows. Sorry. Apologies that so much of what we do this time of year is pretty much in the dark, but that's unfortunately just kind of the way it is. Anyway, what I was saying is I'm going to go grab the ram's feed and get them fed, turn the water off to the tractor tank, and I've got everybody's buckets ready down here. So I'll feed the rams. They'll be happy about that. Turn the water off, and we'll see you over there, all right? Let's eat, guys. Yeah. Alrighty. You ready? Yeah, you ready. Oh, watch out. Still not real sure what that is. Yeah, anyway. There's the boys over here. Bandit there, like I said, he's finally gaining a little weight back. And Wiz is looking good. Martin's looking well. The hay bale's holding them out well. Might need to get over here next night or two and top it, which you can see where they have it kind of ate out on one side. Unfortunately, they tend to slide or avalanche or whatever you want to call it. So I might need to get that moved where it don't so bad. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a few minutes break. I wasn't really hungry when I got home from work, but I am now. We've got some deer roast in there along with some rice, and I'm going to go fix me a bowl real quick and grab a bite to eat. As soon as they get home, Teresa and I want to eat something too before we get started. But buckets are ready. Water tank on the tractor's full for the cows. Cows are fed, boys are fed, so it won't take just a few minutes to get everything done. But on a side note, looking at the weather forecast and when the next front is going to come through, we're going to take a few minutes also and kind of pre-fill some of the lambing pen hay mangers, so that when the babies start hitting the ground, you're not scrambling to try to get hay to the mangers and stuff like that at the last minute. So we'll do that as well.
You got me in the thumb last night.
It was stuck in there. It was actually burning and numb at the same time. Well, it seems to be a theme the last couple of nights, but here it is just after 10 o'clock and all done. So still no new babies. I am expecting with the front that's coming through starting tomorrow night into the weekend that we might see a change in that pretty fast. So that's why we went ahead and pre-stuffed some of the mangers. Got that done. Has some water buckets ready to go, cleaned up and ready. So we'll see what happens come the weekend.